Welcome to Not Just a Transaction, the podcast series hosted by experienced real estate authorities Nick Prefontaine and Zachary Beach. Each week, the hosts bring you expert guests to help you navigate the many creative options available for buying or selling a home, while cutting out the costly hurdles of a conventional real estate deal. Good afternoon and welcome everyone to another exciting episode of Not Just a Transaction. Today, I'm going to be coming at you solo. And for those of you that are new to the show, that are new listeners, I specialize in working with all of our buyers. So that's not only at the front of the process, at the initial part, where I work hand in hand with you as a buyer to get you into the property for viewings. And then if you're interested, to get a couple forms back to me, all the way up to your attorney signing. Once you're in the house, that's also when I'm going to be working with you. Both myself and Susan Skipper, who we've had on the show as well, will be working with you hand in hand all the way up to the end when you get your own loan. What I want to do is break this down. In preparing for this show, I realized that we haven't done this, which I'm really excited to do. I know we've touched on it, we've grazed over it a couple times, and given you buyers out there a sneak peek into a little bit about how the process works, but we've never given you a 10,000 foot view of how the whole process works. And I think that will be really helpful for all of you out there. At your initial inquiry, you're initially going to inquire about any one of our rent-to-own homes. I'll get you on the phone and say, hey, thanks for inquiring. This home is available through our rent-to-own program. And our rent-to-own program, it's not a great fit for everyone. First, before we get you in there for a viewing, want to make sure that you've had a look at our website. That's originalre.com, and that's just like original real estate. So that's originalre.com. Once you're there, have a look at the video that we have right on the homepage. That goes over how our rent-to-own program works. And if it's something that you're still looking to do, you can go ahead and give me a call back and we can get you in there for a viewing. Once you call back, now, I'm not saying just call back regardless, because our rent-to-own program really isn't a good fit for everyone. But granted, or given that you've seen the video and it definitely is something that you're looking to do, you would give me a call back. Before I would give you the viewing instructions for this particular property, what I would do is take down your information on my log, your name, number, and then the best email address for you. Because what I'm going to do is be sending you a couple of forms. I'll take down your best email, and then I'm going to give you the lockbox code, because most of the properties that we offer are on a lockbox. However, some are in different situations where we have to check with our partners to get you in. However, in this example, let's just say it's on a lockbox. The property's in a lockbox. So after you give me your email, I give you the viewing instructions and the lockbox code. Once you're there at the property, feel free to go in, take a look around. And then any doors that you go out of, like any back door or side door, just do us a favor and double check that the door is physically closed, that it's shut, and that it is secure. We do have neighbors in the area that are watching the home, so I just don't want to get a bunch of calls from them that any doors have been left open. That goes doubly sure when you're leaving the front door. Just double, even triple check that the door is physically closed, that it latches, that you hear it shut, and that it's locked, and that the key makes it back into the lockbox, and that's secure as well. After you close it, make sure you scramble up the numbers so it's not resting on the code. Then what I'll typically do for you is provide you in that email where I'm going to send you the next step forms. I'm also going to include my cell phone number in case you have, for whatever reason, if you have any issues accessing and or last minute questions before you get the forms back, feel free to reach out to me at that number. Now, I'm not saying everyone's going to like every one of our homes, every single viewing I arrange, but I'm just trying to expedite this process for example's sake. So say after viewing it, it's definitely, you're excited. You're excited about the house and it's definitely something that you want to take a look at. What you would do is fill out those forms. We'd like to call them our next step forms and get them back to me. Once I have time to sit down and review them, what I'm going to do is give you a call. There's a few reasons for this. First, and the most important is I want to get clarity. I want to get an understanding to make sure I understand who you are as a buyer and what you're looking to do here. So I'm going to start reviewing your income and make sure that it's a fit for you and we're setting you up for success at the beginning. For that, we're typically looking to make sure that your income exceeds 3 times whatever the monthly payment of the home is. Now, most of the time, the monthly price that is advertised is not going to include taxes. However, at this stage in the game, and this isn't something we're hiding. You can feel free to ask for any one of our properties what the taxes are. Ask about how much that is. We are saying 3 times because what that means, 3 times a monthly payment, we want to make sure your income exceeds. What that means is that your debt to income ratio, that's what lenders like to call it, your DTI, your debt to income ratio is going to be 33% or better. And the or better part is what we really like to see, because really lenders are able to give loans for even a little higher than that. However, they want to make sure that everything else checks out. And we don't want to ever have a buyer that's at the end of their agreement and pigeonholed have to accept a lesser loan product because they either don't have the income or they don't have the down payment, which is the next thing that I want to talk about. So after we make sure that your household income exceeds 3 times what the monthly payment of the house is, in other words, your debt to income ratio is better than 33%, so 33% or lower, we want to have a conversation and just say hypothetically, if you were to buy a home, how much do you think you'd have set aside for your down payment? And what's your plan for that? Now, there are a few non-negotiables that we usually will work with you for your down payment and coming up with a plan and everything like that. But there are a few non-negotiables right here that I want to talk about because I think it's very important for everyone out there to hear this. When it comes to your income, it's a non-negotiable that your income has to be over 3 times whatever the cost of the property is. Now, that cost of the property also includes the taxes, which isn't always advertised. That's the first non-negotiable. And the second, it's equally as important. We can't get you into any one of our rent-to-own homes with either no down payment or a down payment of less than 3%. Your down payment initially at least has to be at least 3%. If it is that 3%, we'd like to see a plan that will work up with you over the course of your lease that gets it closer to that 10% over the course of your agreement, so that by the very end, when it does come time for you to get your own loan, you're that much more likely to be approved. The lender's going to look and see, geez, these people, these buyers, these great buyers, put a down payment down. They can more than afford the home that they're living in. They obviously can run it because they've been there for 18 months, 24 months, or even 30 months in some extreme cases. They've been there. They've been taking care of the property. They put a down payment down. Then not only that, they put additional deposits down towards their down payment to get it up to 10%. That's the ideal, to get at that 10%, because once you get at that 10%, that opens up the world to you, meaning that you have access to the best interest rates, the very best loan programs that are available at that time. Then once you are able to get your own loan, you're not going to be hearing from me anymore. Congratulations, you closed on your home. But in all seriousness, I'm going to be the one that's communicating with you all the way through your process. It's not only me, it's also Sue. We basically work as a team. We work hand in hand. Her and I will be, for lack of a better term, holding your hand throughout this entire process of you transitioning from being a renter to that of a buyer, and then being able to officially close on your own loan. I hope this helps everyone to give you a 10,000 foot view on how our process works if you're a buyer, if you're looking to become a buyer of any of our rent-to-own programs. First off, if you haven't already, I would head to our website. That's originalre.com, originalre.com. Make sure you sign up to receive our new property updates, and then you'll be among the first to know about homes as we get them. What do I mean by that? Well, whenever we get a new home, I send an email blast out to the buyers on our list before I'm even advertising. So very often our homes are sold to buyers on our list before the public even knows about them. After you sign up, feel free to reach out to us and send us another message just inquiring, or if it's about a particular property, feel free to give me a call and we can talk about getting you in there for a viewing. Hope this helps everyone. And if you have any follow-up questions from any of this content that we discussed today, feel free to submit a message. I believe right on the podcast, you're able to submit a message. And if you haven't already, if you find this helpful, make sure you give us a review. If you don't find it helpful, you're welcome to still give us a review, but it's really, the review request is really for people that find this helpful. Little bit tongue in cheek there, but in all seriousness, we look forward to helping all of you rent-home buyers get into a home of your own and achieve, the dream of home ownership. Again, our website, originalre.com. Make sure you rate and review the show, only if you have something good to say, of course. And we look forward to helping you real soon. Thank you. Thanks for listening to another episode of Not Just a Transaction. If you want to learn more on selling a home, buying a home, or resources to learn more, head on over to our website at originalre.com.